and welcome back. Today we're going to be working on a 3D paper sculpture, which works on a little bit of our elements of design. So in this project, we're going to be working with line as well as color theory. We'll be adding line to break up some of our boxes with different types of patterns. And then we're going to be using different colors as well. We'll be using black and white design. We have our neutral colors, which are your blacks, browns, tans, and grays. We have our complementary colors, which this one is purple and yellow, or you could use red and green, or you could even use blue and orange. This one is our secondary color. That's the colors that we get when we mix our primaries, and that's our primary color. Our cold colors, rainbow order, and then our hot colors. So this little project is going to pack a whole bunch of information into a really neat sculpture. I can't wait to get started. Here we go. All right, so our next project we're going to be working on is a element of design project where we use color and line. So in our project, and I guess pattern as well, but in our project we're going to be working on lots of different things. First of all, it's a sculpture, so we will be turning it into a sculpture piece. We do work on many different things. So we're working on black and white design, neutral colors, which are your browns, blacks, grays, tans. We're going to be working on complementary colors. This one is in our purple and yellow. Could also be red and green or blue and orange. I think of like the Vikings, purple and yellow, bears, blue and orange, and then Christmas, red and green. Those are your complementary colors. And then this one is your secondary colors. So it's what the primaries make. So if you mixed red and blue, you get purple. If you mixed blue and yellow, you get green. And if you mix red and yellow, you get orange. So that's our secondary colors. And then from there we have our primary colors, and then we go to our cold colors, our hot colors, and our rainbow order: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. So to start this project, in your folder you should have, and if you don't have it in your folder, we'll need a piece of white paper at least, and then any paper for the background if you don't have that available. I'm using black. If you don't, you can use anything. I did cut them into a square. So it does need to be a square. So the step one, you're going to take the white sheet. If you don't have the paper I gave you at home, you can use regular white computer paper. Fold your paper, and I believe mine's 8.5 by 8.5, but as long as you make a square, it should be fine. All right, once you get that, open it up, turn it, and then bring this corner to this corner. So it's sort of as if you're doing origami, but not origami. Open that up. And now we're going to fold this flat edge to this flat edge. Open it up, and then the other side, we're going to do that so that we break it into sections. All right, so then you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sections. So in each section, I like to take a pencil and just kind of mark where the sections are so that I can see them, so I know where to stop my line. So just kind of take your pencil and lightly, mark each section. And then what we'll do is we'll probably Sharpie those. So here we go. Here's one, and then here's one. So if you have a black marker, black Sharpie, you are going to go ahead and just kind of split those. Okay, so one of these has to be, as you could see before, one of these has to be a black and white design. I did sort of a houndstooth pattern. You could do whatever kind of design you want. So maybe I just want black polka dots. So you can either draw in pencil first, or you can go and work in just Sharpie. So maybe I'll just do polka dots on this one. Any kind of black and white design you want, but keep in mind it's gonna be black and white only. I'm gonna put my black paper underneath, or a piece of paper, so I don't get Sharpie on the table. That one we can do later on. And then we need a design in each one. This one, I started from the center, drew points out, and I made it look like brick. This one, I just did big giant rings from the center out. This one looks like fish scales, hearts. This one is zigzag. This one's kind of wavy lines. And then I just did rings. So that's up to you how you want to do that. So each one should be broken in by a different design. So maybe I want to start with a zigzag or a chevron in this one. So break up each section. And then maybe this one will be, let's just do wavy lines. And just kind of follow repetition, repeating them as you go. And then I think I'm gonna leave that one. Then maybe the next one, I'll do that brick design where you just draw 2 lines out from the middle, and then I just start from the center, and the lines should not meet up, so they should not touch each other, and they should all stagger. So maybe this one's here, this one's here, this one's here. And that's how you get that brick design. And then maybe I will do, maybe I won't do hearts. Maybe I'll just do squares in this one instead of hearts. So I'm gonna just do different types of squares. Some small, some big. Half squares are great. It's really up to you what you want to do in each box. Nothing too small because you have to color all of this. So, you know, think about that. And then we're gonna go with our concentric circles, or I think it's kind of a fun pattern. That should probably be a little bigger in the middle so that I can put some color in there. Okay, and then maybe I want to add, maybe I just want straight lines on this one. Just straight, kind of diagonal, straight lines across. And then the last one, you have to come up for something for that. So maybe I will do, let's do one going this way, one going this way, one going this way. So you can really change it any way you want. Just make sure they're big, large sections. So at this point then, we're gonna go ahead and Sharpie everything. All right, once we get the outlines done with Sharpie, take a pencil eraser or a big eraser and erase all pencil lines. We're gonna make sure all the pencil lines go. As part of our color theory, we're gonna be starting to work with a variety of color. You can use, I have markers, crayons, and colored pencils. You can use all of them or some of them. You can see on mine, I did some with crayon, and then some of it with colored pencil and some with marker. So that's really up to you, but we're gonna work with the primary first. The primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. So pull out a yellow, pull out a red, and a blue. Red, yellow, blue are your primary colors. So you have to pick one of them, but not your black and white, to do your primary colors. So I'm gonna go ahead and start, I think this is the one I had originally. You can only use red, yellow, and blue in this box. So you wanna think about applying lots of color, lots of pressure to get nice bold color. So maybe I'll do, you know, I can change it up any way I want, but I can only use red, yellow, and blue in this box. Once I'm done with the primary box, now I can move on to my secondaries. And that's the colors that I would get if I were to mix these. So if I mix the blue and the red, I would get purple. If I mix the yellow and the red, I get orange. If I mix the blue and the yellow, I get green. So these are your secondary colors. So now you have to choose a box you're gonna color with the secondary colors. Keep in mind, we have to leave one for the rainbow order too, so that might be my rainbow order one, or even that's fine too. I think I'm gonna do this one with my secondary colors. Once I get done with my secondary colors, then I can start working in maybe the hot colors. So maybe I'll switch crayons this time. Hot colors are anything that make you think of fire or the sun or summer. So any orange, different types of oranges, reds, pinks, yellows. These are all of your hot colors. So anything that makes you think of hot or summer or fire. And you can work with any of those in another one of your boxes. So these are my hot colors. I get in with my hot colors, I can move on to my cool colors. So your cool colors are going to be any sort of blue, green, purple. You could throw in any shade of blue, green, purple. This time I'm gonna do some mixed media and do some different shades of blues, greens, and purples. So blues, greens, and purples are your cool colors, your cold colors. So you'll pick a shape for those. Remember to leave your black and white one. don't color in there. That one stays black and white. All right, so now I can start working in my complementary colors. So that would be either your purple and yellow, like the Vikings. It can be red and green, like Christmas, or you can even do blue and orange, like the Bears. Those are your complementary colors. I am going to do red and green, and you can use markers, crayons, colored pencils, your choice. All right, the next box we have to work in is the neutral colors. So your neutral colors are your browns, your any sort of brown, any sort of peach or tan, a gray, even the black. So these are your neutral colors. So we're going to use those next in another box, so you can choose. Okay, and then the last box to work in is the rainbow stripes. So I don't have enough stripes in here to do my red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. So I'm going to add a few more zigzags in here to give me the section. So red, orange, yellow, green. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Perfect. So that's your rainbow order. So your rainbow order is also known as Roy G. Biv. It's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. So that's our rainbow order. So that's what we're going to be using in this next shape here, right in this spot. So I'm going to start with my red. I'm going to move these out of the way here. My red. All right, so once we get our colors colored on, we have our black and white, we have our rainbow order, we have complementary colors, neutrals, we have our primary, we have our secondary, our hot and our cold colors. We're then going to take a pair of scissors and we're going to cut this up and then assemble it. All right, so now to make it into this really cool 3D sculpture, we are going to take our scissors and we're not going to cut all the way through to the middle, but we are going to cut up our black lines that we've created. So go up your black lines, but not completely to the middle. So just cut it apart, not cut it apart, but cut it up to the center and stop. For some reason, it's usually construction paper doesn't like glue. So we're going to try to use a glue bottle. So for your glue bottle, you are going to glue in the middle on the back, just a dot of glue. And then I like to do it diagonally. So don't match it up with the square, try to turn it diagonally so the points are hanging off. I will hold this down for a few seconds just to make sure that stays. And then not every piece gets glued. I left some of these not glued. These are a couple flat, some I glue, some I don't. So you start with the corner and I put a dot of glue and then I kind of just bend it. So I bend it and then I want to hold it for a while. You do have to hold it for a little while to make sure it stays really, really well. So just keep pressing those. Have some patience because you do have to let it kind of stick. All right, and you can come back and press it if it does pop up. So some of it is going to start to lift because pieces are, bending. So this one I'm going to leave down. Maybe I'll bend. Maybe I'll just glue this piece down. You can pick which corner or point you glue down. So I will do this one. And then I'm going to press it. And like I said, just have patience and hold it down until you get the sculpture that you that you want. And this one I could glue if I wanted to, but I think I'm going to leave that one. See, that one moved on me. So that one probably should stay underneath there. All right. This one could go if you want it to. I think I'm going to have that one way up in the air. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that corner and just press it down. And you're going to do this with some or all or however many pieces of this piece that you want sculpture. They have that 3D dimensional look. Hopefully that'll stay. I'm going to work on this one next, I think. And you know, you could always give it a little bend or fold in the middle, that's up to you. But we're just gonna work our way around. That's kind of a neat little edge. So if you want more of a rounded look or you want the edged look, that's really up to you. All right, and we're just gonna keep going. So maybe I have two of these kind of a dimensional look, and I could leave these flat, almost like wings of some sort. But that's really up to you. Okay, I like that. So you can see there are our 3D dimensional element of design project. We went over all of our color theory, our primary, secondary, hot, cold, black and white, complementary, rainbow order, and neutrals. Can't wait to see what you guys come up with. Have fun.